Welcome to the class. Today the topic we are going to see is a lymphatic system. Okay. Lymphatic system. It is the system, very important system found in our body, that is which is a fluid that is in the form of lymph which circulate into our body. So the human body has a fluid called lymph which formed when the interstitial fluid is collected through the tiny lymph capillaries, that is blood vessels located throughout the body. Lymph is then transported through the lymph vessels eventually to the lymph nodes which work towards the cleaning and filtering of the body fluid, right? So this system is classified into two types of organs: primary lymphoid organs and secondary lymphoid organs. And then this is the diagrammatic representation of lymphatic system. That is, when you take a center part of the heart is having two systems, venous system and arterial system. These both system is connected together with the lymphatic system. Okay. So it is essential drainage system accessory to venous system, and it is a larger particle that escape into tissue fluid can only be removed via lymphatic system. Whatever the larger particles which affects the human body, that will be escaped. Okay, that will be escaped in the blood streams which will be removed via this lymphatic system. So that's why this system is very important. And then we will see about the functions of lymphatic system. That is, reabsorbs excess intestinal fluid. It is the main functions of this lymphatic system. It returns into venous circulation, maintain blood volume level and prevent interstitial fluid levels from rising out of control. Then transport the dietary lipids, that is transported through lacteal materials and drain into larger lymphatic vessels, and then eventually into the blood streams. And whatever the material which collected by this lymph nodes, that is circulated into the blood stream. Okay. Then lymphocytes development and the immune response. There will be the lymphocytes, that is T and B lymphocytes. Development happens in the primary and secondary lymphoid organs, which will be involved in production of immune cells. Then these are the components of lymphatic systems. Okay, one is lymph, then lymph vessels. In the lymph vessels, lymphatic capillaries, lymphatic vessels, lymphatic trunks, lymphatic ducts. And then the organs, lymphatic organs. We already seen the earlier slide, that is we have the two types of lymphoid organs present in this lymphatic system, that is primary and secondary, and they are thymus, lymph node, spleen, tonsils. Apart from these organs, lymphatic cells also present in this lymphatic system. This is the pathway. Okay, this is the pathway in the lymphatic system. Starts from lymphatic capillary, then enter into the lymphatic vessel, then into the lymph node, and then lymph vessels, again the lymphatic trunk, and then there will be the collecting duct. Finally it will reach to the subclavian veins. Okay. And then we should know what is lymph and what is lymphoid organs. Okay, these two only combine together and form a lymphatic system, right? So first we will see about the lymph. Lymph is the tissue fluid, that is interstitial fluid that enters the lymphatic vessel. Then second one is lymphoid organ. The lymphoid organ are defined as the site of maturation and proliferation of immune cells such as lymphocytes. Okay, all the lymphocytes are proliferate and matured in this particular organs. Then lymphoid organs we studied already, primary organ and secondary organ. So primary is the bone marrow and thymus, okay, and then secondary is lymph node, lymph nodules and spleen. And then first we will see about lymphoid organs, okay. So lymphoid organ is one is bone marrow, right. The bone marrow is a sponge like tissue fluid inside the bones, that is the most of the immune cells are produced and multiplied and also the matured in this bone marrow. These cells move to other organs and tissues through the blood. So whatever the blood cells produced in the bone marrow, that will be transported, that will be circulated through the blood. Then at birth many bones contain red bone marrow which actively creates the immune cells. So the immune cells are involved in immune response. So that's why the bone marrow is very important. This is the diagrammatic representation of bone anatomy, right. And then we'll see about thymus. It is also another example for primary lymphoid organ. So it consists of two elongated lobes, is a large organ in the fetus. And then the thymus gland is located in the chest behind the breastbone, and it will secrete the lymphopoietin fluid, okay. So that will be responsible for production and maturation of immune cells, and this small lymphocytes that protect the body against foreign antigen. So this thymus is very important organ, the source of the immune cells, okay. And then we will see about the secondary lymphoid organ, okay. So secondary lymphoid organs we have seen the lymph node, right. So in the lymph node, it is the small and round oval shaped organ, and then located along the pathway of lymph vessels, okay. Wherever the lymph vessels going into the body, there will be the presence of lymph nodes, right. The length is between 1 to 25 millimeter, and then typically found in clusters. That it will receive the lymph from many body regions, and these lymph nodes are also found in individually throughout the body tissues. When you take the human body, all the parts, there will be the presence of lymph nodes. I have shown in the picture. You see that is thoracic cavity nodes, cervical nodes, axillary nodes, and supratrochanteric nodes, and then abdominal cavity nodes, pelvic cavity nodes, and inguinal nodes. So these are the different lymph nodes present in our body. That again, that picture shows cross section of lymph nodes, right. So these nodes swell in response to infection due to build up lymph fluid, that is infection of bacteria and other organisms. The lymph nodes work, and then the immune cells react to the pathogens, right. So that is the functions of lymph nodes. When we got any infections, the lymph nodes will become bulging. When you exposed to any fever, you just imagine that you will surely get the bulging near the tonsil region, like that, okay. So there will be the presence of lymph nodes. Then come to see about the lymphatic nodules, right. The oval cluster of lymphatic cells with some extracellular matrix that are not surrounded by a connective tissue, that is capsule like structure. So which filter and attack the antigens. So main function of this lymph nodules is filter the components and attack the pathogens or antigen. In some areas of body, many lymphatic nodules group together to form a larger structure. Then another the example for a lymphatic nodule is malt and the Bayer batches, right, and that is BEYER, Bayer batches, right. Malt, it means mucosa associated lymphatic tissues that will present in the tonsil region. So also it is known as tonsils, right. and then it present in the appendix region. Which one is the Payer patch is present in the appendix region. Then another organ, spleen, it is also example for secondary lymphoid organ, right? So it is located in the left region between 9th to 11th rib of our bone, and then it line with the 10th rib, okay, 10th rib. Then largest lymphatic organ in the body. These primary and secondary lymphoid organ, the spleen is the largest lymphatic organ in our body. It acts as again filter and helps in control the amount of blood and blood cells that circulate in the body. The spleen also helps get rid of germs, right? So that is the main functions of these lymphatic system, right? It contains white blood cells called lymphocytes and macrophages. Then we have studied what is the lymphatic system and what are the components of lymphatic system, and then in that component the vessels, lymphatic vessels and lymphoid organs we have seen, and then what are the primary lymphoid organs and the secondary lymphoid organs we have seen, and its location and functions also we have studied, and then we should know the difference between primary and secondary lymphoid organ. Okay, so when you take the primary lymphoid organ, it is the central lymphoid organ system. The organs are sites where leukocytes, that is WBC, are generated. It include bone marrow and thymus. Okay, all the WBC cells are produced in this primary lymphoid organs, right? And then the lymphoid stem cells proliferated rapidly, okay, that is fastly. Then differentiation and maturations also happen in this primary organ, and then it contains either B cells or T cells, and then antigens cannot enter into completely, it prevent the antigens. So that is the primary lymphoid organs. Then when you take the secondary lymphoid organ, it is the peripheral lymphoid organ system. Then the organs are site where adaptive immune system, okay, occurred when the time of infection, it get stimulated to act against the pathogen. So that is the acute immunity are initiated, and it include we have seen spleen, lymph node, malt, Bayer patches or the secondary lymphoid organs. Then the lymphoid stem cells become functional. So there will be in the primary lymphoid organs, there will be the production and proliferation. Here there will be the functional, and then it contains either B cells or T cells. There B or T cells, but here there will be the either B cell or both B and T cells, right? Then antigen enter in and stimulate the lymph cells. Okay, when the antigen enter into here, there will be the enter into the cell, but this lymphoid organ, what will do? It will prevent, it will control, it will react against the pathogens. Okay, right? So this is the difference between primary and secondary lymphoid organ. So finally we will see the summary, that is what we have studied in this class, that is the lymphatic system is a network of vessels, nodes and ducts that collect and circulate excess fluid in the body and remove the pathogens or antigens which harm to our body, that will be removed by this lymphatic system. Okay, thank you.